bringing y'all into my salon suite today. I'm not working on clients anymore. It's actually the end of the day, but I am about to work on myself. So if you've been watching my last couple of videos, I hope that y'all have. I've been giving y'all good stuff. I shared with you guys how I'm currently using our Pixie-ish molding mousse to mold my hair, and also how I curl my hair with our Pixie-ish micro iron. So if you guys have not seen those videos, I'll try to put a card or put the description in the I'll put the description below where you can click on it and check out those videos. It should be helpful for you to learn to master your molding and tips on curling your hair at home. But today, in that video, I talked about how I felt like I had way too much hair on my head, and y'all, I could not take it. I cut my hair last night at home. Because I'm back in a salon suite now, I don't have all of my products and tools and stuff at home like I did when I was strictly at the house. So I got to work today and got under these lights and was like, the hair is looking dusty. So I am going to go in and give my new cut a little bit of oomph, and I do that with a black color. So just wanted to talk a little bit about the color that I use for my hair and a lot of my clients, and why I use the color that I use. First of all, let me let y'all know that the brand of the color is not as huge of a deal as I think that a lot of times it's made to be. What I hope that you guys will understand and walk away from is the differences in colors. A lot of times when I'm doing consultations with clients, I'll ask them, because this is a very important bit of information for me to know as I go forward with proceeding to either color your hair or style your hair or relax your hair, any of the things that I do. I'll ask, have you had previous color on your hair? And a lot of times people are like, no. Then I go in and either I'm relaxing their hair and I'm seeing color kind of bleeding out of the hair because relaxer will strip your color a little bit. And I'm like, so is your hair crying, or did you have some previous color? And then oftentimes people will be like, oh yeah, I put a rinse on it. Rinse is color. Any bottle that you put in your hair that has a color, a different color than the hair that's on your head is considered color. I'm talking henna, I'm talking rinses, semis, all of it is color, and that is pertinent information for you to always to share with the stylist or anybody who is giving you a hair service. Okay, I needed to go on that rant because these are conversations that are constantly being had, and I feel like there is, I don't know if people just don't want to say that they try to cut corners a little bit for whatever reason and color their hair at home, but I want y'all to understand why it's very important that you share that with your stylist. Okay, rant is over, for real. I'm saying that to say, I want you guys to walk away from this video understanding the differences in colors. So let's start from the beginning. I am a licensed professional stylist. As I'm sharing these things with you guys, I am in no way, shape, or form encouraging you to go take what I said and go ham and be doing services that are chemical services that you probably should be seeking professional help for. My hope is that my content, either here on my YouTube and on my Instagram channel, helps you guys to stay pulled together and polished in between salon visits. Your relaxer services and any permanent hair color services should be done by a professional. There are just some gray areas that if you miss it, you're gonna be messed up. So I would highly suggest that you guys leave those services in the hands of a professional stylist. Professional. I'm not talking about I've been doing this since whenever. Professional. Oh, there are levels to this thing, right? So there is, I'll start from the bottom because this is where I want y'all to start, and I don't want y'all to be going too high up the ladder. So I'm gonna start low because this is where I want us to live. Us. Y'all who not professionals, right? So a rinse is a Good option for you if you want to add some shine to your hair. Rinses come in clear and can give you a polish, or if you just want to add a little bit of layer of color on your hair, rinses are going to sit on top of the strand and they are going to gradually rinse out. So each time you go and shampoo your hair, sometimes depending on the quality of the rinse, when you sweat, that color is going to bleed out because it's not really adhered very tightly to the strand. It's sitting on top, right? So a rinse is a good option for clear. For very minimal gray coverage, I personally can go for a rinse from time to time, but I choose not to because I don't have gray that I'm trying to cover. I color my hair black, so I can go in with a black rinse if that's what I got at home, or in a situation like that, and it will give me what I'm looking for that day. But because I work out, shampoo my hair often, and always in my head, I am not going to get the longevity that I could get by using another level higher of color. So those are rinses. Right up from a rinse, then you have a semi-permanent. For me, it's kind of the cousin of a rinse. It basically does the same thing. It gives you a little bit of coverage. Neither a rinse or a semi-permanent color is going to 100% give you coverage on gray. I don't care what the bottle say. There are some colors that are marketed toward gray coverage, and they may tint your gray a little bit. That day you put it on, you might be feeling like things are promising, but we talking chemical composition, you're not going to get any longevity in the gray coverage with either a rinse or a semi-permanent. Then one level up from there is a demi-permanent. That's what I use. I use a demi. Demis generally have a developer that is at either a 0 level developer. I've seen an 8 volume, under a 10 volume. It is a deposit only color. It's going to go in, put that color into your hair, a little bit more depth than a rinse or a semi, but it is also safe to get a demi-permanent in the same service as your relaxer. So I have a service that I believe I was saying, if not, I'll edit it accordingly, that there are levels to it. The Demi-permanent is going to go in further, give you more coverage, give you amazing shine, give you a bit of a change in color. So if you're in the brown color family, if you don't have black color on your hair isn't black, you can go in with a Demi-permanent deposit only color, and you can get a pretty red, you can get a copper. It all depends on what level your natural hair color is at that point, and any previous color that you may have had, which is why I go back to my original statement. It's so important to be transparent, whether you fully understand and are not disclosing, or if you just don't understand or get how color works. Always share with anyone who is servicing you any previous chemical services that you had, especially in regards to color. So then once we go from the demi-permanent, which is what I wear it because it gives me more longevity. All of the sweating and shampooing and all of that, it allows me the opportunity to not have to color my hair so often. I like my hair looking black. If I'm looking under, y'all see all these lights I'm working under, and just recording and all of that, I'm always under the light. So if I'm seeing a cast, or if I'm turning my head and I'm seeing brown, my natural reddish brown, dirty, dusty natural hair color, I got a problem with that. And that would immediately make me go in and add more color if I was using a rinse or a semi. But because I use a demi, I get far longer stretch between my need for applying another color. What else did I want to say? It can be applied with your relaxer. Yes. There is a developer. Yes. Anything else? I think that's about it. And then from the demis, we go up one level to permanent color. Permanent colors are professional situation. These are colors that are going to give you the ability to lighten your hair. Often it needs to be lifted Developers are used at different varying degrees, anywhere from 10 to 40, 50 for high lift colors. There is a real legit science to color. I don't suggest that anybody, whether you've been doing hair and braiding hair and pressing hair since CJ Walker, if you are not trained in color theory, I don't suggest that you use color at home. I know that every store you go in, you got the opportunity to buy a box color that looks cute and has everything in it that you need. But what you're not getting in that box color is the knowledge, the ability to see all parts of your hair, the tools, and everything you need to maintain your hair, because not only is color an investment for the service that you go to get the color done, it is a long-term investment to maintain the integrity of your hair as you're wearing color. So you got color and you may be wearing a relaxer, you may be sweating in your scalp, you may need to keep the vibrancy of the color going, and all of these things are things that should be taken into consideration before you get a permanent color, but also should be coupled with having a stylist who knows how to maintain not only getting the color in your head, but maintain the health of your hair after you get the color. It just came back to me what I wanted to say about Demi. I'm coming one more level down the ladder. I highly suggest that if you are going to color your hair, you got a little gray, if you are leaning toward the way I color my hair, with wanting to have a little bit more stretch in the color, not over coloring my hair, but I want that vibrancy, I want that shine, I want that pop, I say you opt for a Demi. And I personally offer my guests a package that includes everything in one service, because Demis and relaxer services can be done on the same visit. I have a package called I Want It All that allows the ladies to get their hair cut, because short hair is maintenance. You don't get your hair cut in October and then keep saying you got short hair. No, you need to maintain your haircut. There are lines and shapes and angles that need to be maintained so that the cut stays popping and so that it's easy for you to maintain at home. When you start getting into that weird grow out, looking like the library teacher hair, you're not about the pixie life. It's turning into something else. You like borderline want a bob, but you don't have a bob yet. Like, it's not a good look, right? So there's maintenance in anything, especially in hair care. So the I Want It All gives my guests the opportunity to get their haircut, their Demi, whether or not they're wearing a Demi black or a color, even if it's a clear gloss, because our hair naturally needs to have vibrancy and sheen. It really adds to your finished look. So there's the cut, the Demi, the conditioning treatments that need to be done with any chemical services, and it also includes the relaxer. And generally my guests get that in between 5 and 7 weeks is the sweet spot. So they already know how I function, what maintenance is necessary. So I try to make it as easy as possible for services that need to be bundled together for the ease of styling, the health of the hair, and just so that people don't have to a la carte everything. I like to bundle those services together. So I'm not sure if your stylist does this, if you have the opportunity to have your services bundled like that, but in regards to keeping your hair on a regimen and getting the services that you need when you need them and not too much, I would highly suggest that even if your stylist doesn't allow for you to book like that, pop out your calendar and plan your stuff out. I'm getting my relaxer the week of Christmas, so I'm going to get my color then. I'm going to add the conditioning treatments, because conditioning treatments are so imperative to the health of your hair as the seasons change, as you wear relaxers and colors, and as your hormones and all of the things. We need to be maintaining the hair and not just worried about the finished look, as all of these things are necessary to the health and overall appearance of your hair and health of your hair. It's good to have a bit of a regimen that keeps you on track, if you are not visiting a stylist that goes the extra mile to make sure that those services are bundled and that give you an idea of how to book your services out. And sometimes people are mostly maintaining their hair at home. I get it. I completely understand. So even if you say you were coming to me, you would want to come to me every 5, 7 weeks, 8 at the longest, to get an I want it all. And maybe you do the rest of your maintenance at home. So maybe you come here, you get your services, you make sure that you have adequate products like the Pixie-ish products, because I try to make sure that I'm adding products to my line, the opportunity to maintain your hair at home. So you come, you get your cut, your color, your necessary conditioning treatments, you get your relaxer, you take home your Pixie-ish micro iron, your mousse, your shine, shampoo and conditioner is coming, top of the year. You have everything that you need that is of professional level at home with you. You could probably rock it out if that was your situation where you had to do your hair at home, but you wanted to make sure that your hair was still looking and feeling its best. All right, that is my whole spiel on color. I hope that y'all took away something that helps you understand where you need to fall. If you need to book an appointment, if it's okay for you to tackle your hair color at home. If you got any questions or comments, don't hesitate to drop them in the description. And I'm gonna get into this head.